5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
What up, y'all? It's hump day. Y'all already know she gets it. It's Shan. It's your girl. Me. Okay. Tonight on Loudmouth Stereo, on the Stereo app at 9:30, it will be myself and Greg giving y'all a good show. So stay tuned for that. But for today, for She Gets It, this is episode 14, and I want to talk about getting better for the one you want. Okay? That does include getting better for you first, though. And that's what we're going to talk about. Do I have any sticky notes for y'all? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, do y'all deserve it, though? Do you deserve this? What I'm about to give you? What I'm about to squat down and give you right now? I think y'all do. So, I was feeling kind of nice and shit waking up on a Sunday, and I said, you know what? Let's give the folks 15% off once again, all right? Just because, all right? So, if you put just BCUZ in the promo part of the site, whether you're shopping Cozy Womb Podcast shop, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get 15% off. Whether you're shopping Mama Cozy Closet, you're going to get 15% off. Whether you're shopping Loudmouth Stereo shop, you're going to get 15% off. Whether you're shopping She Gets It shop, you're going to get 15% off. Or who is Shan shop, you're going to get 15% off. And lastly, but not least, let's shop Bid for So What Page We on Bid Podcast. You're going to get 15% off putting in this code. And the code is just BCUZ. Okay, get you 15% off. Shop those shops. Enjoy. The promo is good till the 20th. Okay, let's get back to the show. You're welcome. All right, so continuation of the sticky note thoughts. What was I gonna say? My mother and I have the best discussions in my mid-30s that it's kind of like we are sisters, not daughter and mother. And I'm just like, sis, you are me, I am you. Evolve with your parents, man. They aren't perfect people, but to get to know them on a better level is to realize more about yourself. And yeah, I may have came out of that lady's vagina. It's just getting more clearer, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out here in this work life that don't want to do their fucking job and will email you 10 times about something they can clearly go in a computer and fix themselves because they just don't feel like it, and they feel like they shouldn't have to. And it is our job to tell them to go suck their mamas and go do your work. You get paid X, Y, and Z dollars. Go do your work. You're in charge of all of these clients. Go do your work. That's not my job. That's not in my job description. But what I can tell you to do is go find that form, fill it out, and then send it back to me, and I'll process this payment. What I'm not going to do is hold your hand through going to fill out that form, because that's not my job. Okay? What else? Again, and I say this with all sincerity, it is okay to have people around you specifically for different things, and know mentally and emotionally they cannot handle more levels of what you need them to do. That's just not what they're equipped with. Start to see people for what they are capable of, and stop asking them for more of what you know they can't successfully do for you. So if you have a person for this thing over here and they do it well, let them do just that. Don't add more onto their plate. Don't give them more responsibilities for your emotions or your feelings or your privates if they can't handle that. That is all that they can do, accept or deny. Okay? Stop putting your assumptions on people. Stop walking around here high and mighty and thinking people have to do what you want because you say now, because they don't. And focus on you and be your best self and be your peace. And you will attract people who also want peace. But if you're full of drama, you're needy, you are not genuine, you don't have a kind bone in your body, and you out here looking for people to be your peace, but you just drama, you're not going to get that, and you don't deserve that. Good people deserve other good people, period. Okay? So if you're a good person giving to somebody who's not so good to you, that is not their fault. That is your fault. That is your fault for not recognizing that this is not a person for you. You are wasting your time. You woke up today, you have life, and you're choosing to waste your time once again. You're choosing to disappoint yourself once again. You're choosing to put all your eggs in the basket with someone who has a big hole at the bottom of their basket once again. So it's your fault. It's no longer their fault. We have eyes, we have ears, we have noses, we have a mouth, we have a hot pocket, some of us. We have wangs and we have holes in the back for shit. Some of us are dealing with people who are just for shit, and we're giving them the other holes, and we shouldn't have to. Okay? I did tweet that I am a firm believer that I hate 69 because I am short, and a lot of men's heights do not equate to that position. So it's either you're going to be getting a lot of throat and you're going to be happy, and I'm going to be upset because you missing the whole hot pocket below, or you going to be giving some bomb head and it's going to be me in your belly button. Either way is selfish. One of us is going to be left out, and I choose not to do that that position. That's just not for me, okay? If it does not fit or quit, shout out to Cochran and him, okay? Anyway, let's get into the show. All right, so sticky notes. What the hell is that on my fence? I mean, that's not part of sticky notes. I just saw something. But sticky note thoughts. Okay, what do I have? Mike motherfucking Perkins. Sir, stop regulating me on Twitter. If you see my outlandish tweets at Shegetsitpod, let me slide, dog. Let me slide, because I'm doing good in some things and I'm struggling in some areas too. But the girl also has needs in the middle. So sometimes I might sway right and I might sway left. But just know I'm still on that track. You need, so let me live, dog. Mike Perkins, let me live. Shout outs to my punk ass podcast. Now, what next? Oh, so I got these bra sets, right? These bra and panty sets. And the one I wore last night that I'm currently wearing is kind of like mesh see-through and it's black. When I tell y'all these nipples is poking, if I had like a OnlyFans before it got regulated, dog, it would be lit. Nigga, what is a job, dog? I am the job. I'm doing the work. You know what I'm saying? But that's not my life. I am a responsible, respectable mother of 2 girls who will be lovely ladies in life. Okay? Why does this shit keep popping up? I'm not driving. I'm in the house. Okay, so sticky note thought next. I am so sick of this COVID shit, this COVID conversation. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't. Next. What else? The weather is changing. We have had some cool mornings that I appreciate here in the dirty South. Okay. And that's SOUF. And I appreciate it. So, I've been getting the things to prep my house for the fall feels and fall smells and fall breakfast mornings where you want something hot to eat in the morning. So yeah, it's cool. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. Y'all, don't wait till the last minute to prep your homes, okay? If you want to decorate outside of your house with pumpkins, do that. If you want to get a nice comfy blanket or pillows and shit, do that. You don't have to have special people coming to your house or guests coming to your house for you to be comfortable and love your home. Like, set that shit up. I will be having an episode about that in another avenue of that later. Shout outs to Gigi. Gigi, girl. Gigi is such a light. And I don't know this woman from nothing, but I know this woman because we be neck and neck with the thoughts, right? And Gigi was like, is it okay if I call you like around 9:30 to have a discussion about podcasting and shit? And I said, girl, yes, that's cool. Why the conversation started at 9:30 and we didn't get off the phone till about like 12:40 a.m. It was just good feedback. It was good ping pong conversation. And girl, you gonna be good out here in these streets. Don't be worried about this podcast shit. You gonna be good. I can't wait till you dish out what you've been cooking up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the podcasters going ham and being honest and having discussions that other people don't want to discuss. That's what we need to be talking about, because we don't need 10 podcasts talking about the same shit, the same subtitles, the same drama, the same this, the same that. That's boring. What else? Dig deeper. Go deep. Go harder. Like, what else can you come up with? And that's what we need to talk about. Sticky note thoughts. What do I have next? This COVID shit is traveling by shit water. So those of you who use public bathrooms, beware. Those of you who are traveling from airport to home to airport to hotel to somebody else's home, take your fucking shoes off at the door. Lysol your shoes. Wash your rugs more often, especially if you have like a small baby crawling around. Clean, shampoo your rugs. Mop your floors. Throw them rugs in the washing machine, in the dryer. Like, be proactive. You get home, when your kids get in the house, get the can of Lysol that car out. Like, be proactive, right? And just be smarter out here. Stop touching your face. Get things that make sense. If you see Lysol at a better price somewhere, but you don't necessarily need it right now, but you know eventually you will have to buy another can, buy the fucking can of Lysol. If you see paper towel, buy the shit. I just have a funny feeling that there's going to be another government shutdown later on this fall, and I just want to be prepped for it and the shenanigans of these white folks that's getting paid a little bit too much to do a little bit too little. That's all I'm saying. What else? Sticky note thoughts. Let me go check this stove before I burn down my house. I'll be right back. This is the epitome of coming to someone's house and they invited you and they want to cook you dinner, and they cook you dinner and you tell them that this shit is disgusting. Anchor, what the fuck is going on? Now, y'all, I don't use Anchor to distribute my shows anymore because their product and website has been slacking for months. And they keep promoting this shit as if it's doing what it needs to do in a legit way, and it's not. So now the thing is, like, while I'm recording, I can't add background music because they won't process those recordings anymore. They're only processing the plain Jane ones where there's nothing going on in the background. So y'all just gonna have to enjoy just my throat, okay? Anyway, let's get into today's show because one monkey don't stop no show. Let's go. All right, so let me give y'all this meat. Open up. I wanted to talk about how you should be getting better for your person. What? She's being what? Mean. How?
Because she thinks I'm mean because I'm telling her to eat her food.
She said it's too hot.
No, it's not.
It's too hot to her. Leave her alone and let her cover it up. I don't understand what that has to do with you. Close my door. And go do your work.
My homework's still hard.
Y'all see that shit? Anyway, where was she? She was talking about you need to be better for the one you want. And before you can be better for the one you want, you have to want to be better for yourself. Meaning you should no longer be doing things that you know is not going to have the result or the outcome that you need in order to be prosperous or in good standing in life. You shouldn't be engaging with people that you know is always up to nothing good, always in some shit, and you're going to need bail money for at the end of the day or after the party, or we were almost close to getting pulled over. We were almost close to being locked up. We was almost close to, this happening. But listen, the Lord only gives you so many ways out before he was like, okay, so you want to still stay around this person? You want to still keep up your shit? Boom, this is what's going to happen. And sometimes people get to walk away from the booms. Sometimes people get stuck with the booms for 18 plus years. And sometimes people be in a cell and hitting you with that, man, I knew I should have just went home. I knew I shouldn't have went to the party. I knew I should have just stayed at work. I knew I shouldn't have gotten in the car. You don't want that shit. So put yourself in smarter situations so you can meet smarter people. Put yourself in the likes of good opportunity so you can get better options later. Stop focusing on the quote unquote good job. I don't want to leave my good job when that good job will easily replace you. If you know your worth and you know you could be doing so much more if you just stepped outside your comfort zone, do that shit. You don't get to be 30 again. You don't get to be 20 again. You don't get to be 16 again. So what you don't do now is going to be your fault later. You haven't been saving none of your money that you've been getting in, and you just been going out and showing out for people who don't give a fuck about you. Later on, you be like, damn, I wish I saved at least like 30% of my check. I wish I saved at least 10% of, my taxes. I wish I, put it in something that was a good investment for me instead of just having it sit in a bank account. Like, don't be that person. Like, set yourself up and be good for the one you want. Because that person should be also out here in life by themselves before they meet you, being good for the one that they want. And y'all should end up together, dog. That makes more sense. Okay, so I don't know where I left off at because my day is running into each other. I feel like I'm running out of time. The girl got plans and shit to do. Okay, let's finish this up. Let's clarify. When I say you need to be better for the one you want, meaning you need to be actively doing things while you're single or while you're just dating sometimes. You need to be actively pursuing the characteristics and habits that the person you want would want in a mate. Okay? For instance, if you have these things on the you think you want list out of your woman or out of the man that you want in your life, in your future. If you have someone with little to no debt on the list of things you would like your person to have, what would they want? They would probably also want someone with little to no debt. So if you know you're deep shit in debt and you haven't really attacked it like you should responsibly, why the fuck do you feel like you have the audacity to go for someone who wants to clear their debt or has no debt? Because when you join forces with a person, their debt becomes your debt. Vice versa. Okay, that's how that works because it's one household, not two. If you have someone that wants a nice home or has a nice home on your list for the characteristic and things that, your person should have, also make sure you understand the upkeep of a nice home. You understand the fact that a nice home will probably require this level of salary, this level of I'm not home because I have to work. I got to make the money to afford this shit, and understand what your day-to-day would probably look like with someone being able to afford a household like that, and also the things that run properly in that household. So it's a whole thing of, yeah, you say you want these things, but it also comes with these cons. Understand the cons that what you're asking for comes with. Next thing on the list. If you would like that person to have a good career, what do you find as a good career? Is it they're happy in their career? Is it a certain tax bracket because of their career? Is it the wants that they can afford after their needs in their career? Would they want someone who works at McDonald's? Probably not. Would they want a bus driver? Probably not. Would they want someone who has to go in whenever their boss says now? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? So I think if we think it through as to the person we want thoroughly, then we'll really understand that we really trying it, or we really pushing the envelope a little bit too far, or we really smelling ourselves and you can't handle what you think you want, right? So it's about being honest with self, being realistic, being understanding, and being able to compromise on the cons that come with the things you say you want. If you say, I would like my man to be college educated, cool. Would that man want to be with a woman that's not college educated? Or would he respect a woman that is college educated and they can have a discussion on a level of, back in college, or, I want to go to my college reunion, and where did you go to school? And if they value that, if that's what you want, that's fine. For me personally, I don't give a fuck if the man in my future went to college or not, because really college is not all that it was cracked up to be. And college doesn't mean you're set in life in a great way. It depends on what you did with the degree that you went to college for. How has that played out financially for you? What is that debt to realistic value ratio? Like, it really holds not a lot of weight. I'm more focused on the man that I am going to commit to long term. Can he afford his needs and his wants? Can he afford a family needs and wants? And can he balance having a woman that's completely committed to him and vice versa? That's more my focus. So what your career is, if you love it, cool. If you can afford all of your things, cool. If you can balance being my person, cool. If you can balance family, cool. If you can easily move around where you need to move around and not wait for some shit to be approved, even better. But at the same level, I can't ask more from a person that I want in the future if I'm not even anywhere on their scale of what they want. It's just selfish, right? So if they want more kids, or if they don't want kids, or if they just want to deal with the kids that they already have, that's a factor too, because I have kids. Now, I can't speak for everybody, but I have kids. I know I don't want any more physically out of my body, but would I be open to welcoming someone else's kids? Yes, because for me to already have 2 kids and know I'm not married to their fathers, I have to be realistic about someone being able to welcome mine. Now, is that setting my odds really low? Hell yeah. But at the same time, I'm okay with that because I'm true with that and I'm honest about that shit. Right? It's not nothing I'm hiding. It's not nothing I'm avoiding. I'm being point blank range about that shit. When it comes to, does, the man in my future own a passport? Is it stamped? Does he have experience traveling? Does he know traveling etiquette? Does he have proper luggage? You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of man when he has proper luggage and he's ready to go and he knows, the ins and outs of properly traveling, right? I equally need to have a passport. I equally need to come with things, and he doesn't have to feel like he needs to do it all in order to take me with him. Like, I don't want to be a burden to my person. I want to be a partner. I think a lot of people know that they're coming with I need this and I need that type of personality for someone who can already do it their own. So now being with you starts to sound like it's going to be a chore. And nobody should feel like their person is going to be a chore because they care or because they want a future with them. So don't set yourself up to be a burden to somebody. Set yourself up to be a partner, a teammate, okay? I got you, baby. You got me, all right? I got this. 360. You know what I'm saying? If you have plans to retire a certain way and have a certain lifestyle when you retire, you need to be eyes and ears and feelings on people who have a retirement plan. Not someone who's going to have to depend on your money also. Okay? And that goes for women and men. You know what I'm saying? It's different times. And the price is going up. Inflation is a thing. So I need someone like-minded. I'm looking for someone realistic about what their 50s are going to look like, what their 60s are going to look like, what their 70s are going to look like, what they would like it to look like, what they're completely not with. The older you get, you start to filter out shit, and it's harder for you to bend on things you want and the things that you need. So just make sure the older you're getting, the smarter you're getting, the smarter places you're putting your money to grow and not just sit there and wait for somebody to come save you. Because I think a lot of women, more so women than men, have a mentality that eventually I'm going to meet Mr. Right and he's going to come save me from my bad habits and my lifestyle. And that's not realistic and that's not fair. And that's a kind of fucked up mentality to have. And unfortunately, the movies, the social media, going back to Disney has a lot of women fucked up in the head about some prince or king that's about to come save them from this castle of life crisis. And that's not right. Okay? We should be saving ourselves. So once we meet somebody that's on the level of life that we want to live, we can also save each other. And that's a realistic approach about, preparing for your mate. Every day, killing bad habits, finding good ones to prepare for the person you want to be in your future. And if you don't want someone all the time with you in your future, mentally, emotionally, and physically and financially, please prepare for that. Make sure you're taking care of your body and your health is in tip-top shape, because it sucks when you see grown men in their 60s and their 70s without a wife in a nursing home or sick and nobody's coming to see them, or in a nice house and nobody's coming to see them, or you find yourself in an apartment that keeps going up every year and you can't afford it because you didn't want to buy a house, because you didn't want a family, because you just wanted to do your own thing. Well, now you're doing your own thing in your 50s and you're doing your own thing in your 60s. And it works for women too. There's a lot of women doing their own thing in their 50s and their 60s. And whether or not that's lonely on or not, that is the gamble that you chose. So be okay with the gamble that you're choosing. It's kind of like a group of friends, they want to go to the casino for the weekend. You behind bills, you just got paid, and you barely have enough for rent. Rent gonna be due on the Monday when you get back. But you have that decision on if you're trying to go gamble money or if you're going to sit yourself at home and figure out another way to make some more definite money. And a lot of people choose to go on that trip when they know they have no fucking business on that trip. It's the same thing about preparing for your person and preparing to be able to have the person that you want you. or have attributes and characteristics that that person would want. Let's be realistic here. Because I'd be damned if you out here doing whatever the fuck you want in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, and then you turn 47 and you just like, okay, now I want to get right. I want to find, the woman of my dreams and the woman that I feel like I deserve. And she over there trying to figure out, are you going to die on your next cough or not? Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic about what we're preparing for, what we're not preparing for, what we're avoiding, what's going to kick us on our ass in 10 years, 5 years. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit is just not about to disappear because, it's been sitting there a long time. So you just see that I'm not about to do what I need to do. So why don't you just dismiss it? No, this ain't. This life is not erasable when it comes to debt and shit and priorities that you need to take care of that are attached to your name and your social security. It's just not. Okay? So handle your business, prepare for the person you want, and be good out here. And that's it. I got shit to do, y'all. I got some OT to do. And ta-ta. I will check y'all goons on Friday. Y'all be great out here. Find me at Shegetsitpod. Don't forget about the merch discount to get your 15% off on the merch on all the shops. Don't miss out. That promo will be over on Monday. Y'all be good. Check out next time. Peace.